Hello friends! In this lecture, we will add CSS animations in our project. For this, we will use a cool plugin named animate.css. Let's check some of its existing animation. This is bounce, flash, pulse, rubber band, shake, wobble, and many. Bounce in, fade in, fading down, and many. You can check these one by one. Now, how to use it? Don't worry, I will show you everything from scratch. Here you can see a link, download animate.css. Let's right click on it and open in a new tab. Now copy everything, come here, create a new file, paste it. Let's save it as animate.css in our project CSS folder. Now let's link it before our reset.css. So css/animate.css. Now let's check how we can use it. Click here, view on GitHub. See the basic usage. So the first thing is you need to link the animate.css, which we have already done. Next, add the class animated to the element which you want to animate. You may also include the class infinite for an infinite loop. This is really optional. You can use it if you want to make the animation for infinite times. Then you need to add any of the following animation class which you want. Here is a basic example. h1 class equals animated infinite bounce. So this animated and bounce, these two classes are necessary and this infinite is really optional. See here, you can also add using JavaScript. So let's try. Let's add a class of animated with pulse to our logo. Save it and refresh the browser. See. Let's make it fade in left. Also add class animated and fade in right to our navigation. Save it and check. Now in similar fashion, inside services content, add fade in. See, we can see it. But let's refresh our page while we are at the top of the page. See, you can see the animation for logo and nav, but not for the service content because it's already happened and we did not see because it was outside our viewport. But what we want is we want CSS animation, we want animation while we are scrolling. For this, we will use another plugin named waypoint.js and we will write a custom script. So what we will do, we will provide a class, a general class of animation, not animated. So we will provide a class of animation to our elements which we want to animate. Then we will provide an attribute data animation, like say data animation equals pulse or fade in, like this. You will understand better when we do it live. So let's proceed. Let's Google waypoint.js. Click here. Let's download it first. I will show you everything, so don't worry, be happy. First, let's right click on GitHub, open in a new tab. Now just download it. So how we can use it? Let's click on guides. See, here it's written that inside lib directory it has provided builds for jQuery and Zepto. So include that waypoint.js in your JS folder. Then link that in your index.html. Next write some custom script in main.js. So now copy this one, jQuery.waypoint.js, to our JS folder. Next link that just above our main.js. Now save and refresh our browser. Let's inspect element. So right click on page, click on inspect element, go to debugger tab. Now check whether waypoint has loaded or not. Yup, here it is. So now we will include a custom script. Here some ready-made scripts are there. See, you can take a look at these one by one, but basically we are searching for a script which has an offset option in it. Here is the one. Now what is offset? You can provide value of offset using pixel or percent, like 200 pixel or say 70%. But remember, this is the value from the top. So if you are providing a value of say 20 pixel, then this function will be triggered when it is 20 pixel from the top. So I guess you can understand why we are using it. Yes, because of this cool offset feature. Because we want our animation to be done while scrolling. So now let's proceed. Let's copy it. Come to our main.js and paste it. So what we will have? A common class for all animated element, which is animation. Then an attribute, data animation. So here data animation equals fade in left. Same as such here, class equals animation, data animation fade in right. Now save it. Then here it's animated. Now add data animation equals fade in. Now save it. So what we will do now, initially all our animation class will be hidden. So come to reset.css and write here dot animation opacity 0. So our logic is that all the elements with class animation will be hidden at first. Then while scrolling, it will be visible with animation. So we need to modify this function to as our needs. So delete this one. Now we want this for every animation class. So add here $dot animation dot each function. Inside it, let's cut these and paste. Now the element will be this. So this is the element. I mean dot animation. Now write the function where animation equals $this dot element. So currently which element it is? Then dot attr data animation. So it is storing the animation class. I mean, say for example, it may be pulse, it may be fade in, the actual animation. So this where animation, it is storing the value of say fade in or fade in right, fade in left. So the actual animation. Then $this dot element dot css opacity 1. So what we are doing, initially the opacity was 0. Now we are providing the opacity of 1. Then this element dot add class. Now see, we are adding the class of animated. See what we are doing, we are adding the class of animated, then we are adding the animation, the var animation, which is, I mean, the value which is stored in animation. So again I am telling you, var animation equals dollar this. So first it is storing the actual animation inside the animation variable, then we are changing its opacity to 1. Next we are adding the class of animated and then the animation, I mean the actual animation, say fade in or fade in right, fade in left, like this. Next provide 75%. So it will happen when this div, I mean this element where this animation class is attached, when it is 75% from the top. Okay, now let's save it and take a look. Here it's animated. Let's change it to animation. See, when we are scrolling, then only the animation is happening. Now let's provide animation for each services. I am planning for having animation delay for each services in each row, hence providing animations individually. You can do it as your wish. I guess you already got the idea. So let me add animation of fade in left for all the services. Now let's take a look. See, for service header, let's provide fade in. Let's create a new file for animation delay, or you can say for animation only. Now save it as animation.css inside our CSS folder. Now link it here. Well, this is taking a bit longer, so let's continue from the next lecture. So see you in the next lecture. Till then, have fun, take care.